We're about to start the webinar, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. Let's go. So what's happening, guys? I hope you guys are doing amazing. Everybody use the chat. If you guys want to talk to me, use the chat. Welcome, you guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Good to see you guys. Swat, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. Loku, good to see you. Mickey, hi. Guys, people are trickling in. Let's just give them another 1 or 2 minutes, guys, before we full-blown start this webinar off. And I'm gonna make sure that all your guys' time is well spent today. So good to see everybody. Oh my God, there is a lot of you guys in here today. The biggest risk in Airbnb that everybody is afraid of is, what if I don't make enough money to cover my rent, right? So today, we are going to cover that in depth in this free webinar. Yeah, that's right. I'm giving away game on a free webinar. Imagine what it's like to work with me when I hold your hand through the entire process, okay? I'm gonna show you how to find properties, rent it, furnish it, so that you can get bookings like this, okay? Can you guys see this? I mean, geez, look at this. Can you guys see this? That's somebody paying me $500 a night for 45 nights, okay? That's a $22,000 reservation. That's one guess. The average salary in the US, okay, the average full-time salary is $54,000 per year. This one guess from one property has covered about half of that person's entire salary after taxes for the full year. Think about that for a second, right? So that should just tell you that the 9-to-5 grind is not a permanent solution, right? There's better opportunities out there, and if you're in this webinar right now, I'm speaking directly to you to let you understand that there are better opportunities. You're here, right? And you're here to learn how to do it. So the very first thing you're gonna do if you wanna learn how to find a profitable Airbnb is you need to figure out whether or not your city allows you to do Airbnb. To do that, it's really easy, guys. Just type in your city, for instance, San Francisco, and then type in the keywords short-term rental laws. All right, so if you guys do that, most of the time, it's going to pull up your city's website and the ordinances behind it telling you what you can do and what you can't do as a short-term rental. Is that easy? All right, so you need to find a city that allows you to do Airbnb, okay? As a tenant, not as an owner. So if your city says the owner has to apply for a short-term rental permit, that means you can't do it. But if the city says you just apply for a short-term rental permit, doesn't specify who needs to do it, then you're good. That's the city for you. Assuming you find a city that allows you, here is the second step that makes this process super fun, okay? So you can go in here, type in airdna.co. right? Go to this website and you can get some data, okay? So, in the chat, first person, let me know, what city do you guys want me to look up? So, we got Dallas, baby. So, once you come in here, I want you to click this, top properties on the left-hand side, okay? This literally pulls up the city and 12 Airbnb operators in your city. It shows you their exact Airbnb listing, you guys. Okay, it shows you their Airbnb listing, and it shows you a few more things that are really, really important that you need to know. So for instance, if I wanted to see this property here, right, I know it's a 3-bed, I know it's a 3-bath property, I know it fits 12 guests, and I know that they charge $800 a night, and I know that it's located right here on the map. I know that it's occupied 80% of the time, so that's 24 nights out of the month, if those of you who aren't familiar with these terms. So I know they're charging $800 a night, and they are getting booked on average 24 nights out of the month. Isn't that helpful? So $800 a night times 24 nights out of the month, that is $19,200 a month on average. Okay? That's what this person is making. Roughly around there. Isn't that crazy? Now that we know where it is, we simply go to a rental marketplace like Zillow. We type in Dallas. We know what the property looks like. We know where it's located. We know it does well. And we just filter for the exact same filters. Okay? So for instance, We know that it's a 3-bedroom. We go over here, we filter for 3-bedroom, use exact match, hit apply. We know that it's a single family house and it's not an apartment or a condo. We're gonna filter for a pool. Boom. Okay, there's a couple of them available. Let me ask you this. This property here, you guys probably think it's expensive, right? $8,500 a month. Pretty darn expensive for a 3-bedroom in Dallas. I'd agree. You know, would I rent this? Heck no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay for this to live in it. But based off of analytics, okay, this person is already operating an Airbnb. All right, so if you check out this calculator here, if this property here is for rent for $8,500, we simply put that right here, $8,500. We have our Airbnb role model. This person is running Airbnb, and on average, they're getting about $800 a night, okay? So over here on our average nightly rate, we're gonna put 800. So the cleaning fee, because it has a pool and all that good stuff, a little bit bigger, we'll just put $200 to clean, okay? That means they're running on they're running on an 80% occupancy, which is this right here. This number right here, monthly net cash flow, means after the rent, utilities, and cleanings are paid, how much of that is left in profit? There's about $8,500 left in profit after their bills are paid, okay? That's one property. So one property is making you over $100,000 in profit. This is what it's like to find a home run property on Airbnb. Okay, how much does it cost to furnish a property on average for Airbnb? So to furnish a property on Airbnb, you guys, the average 4-bedroom, okay, if you do it, you know, very mediocrely, just put some nice art up, have it fully furnished, it's gonna cost you about $15,000. You can put that on a credit card. That's what I did. It's about $200 a month, okay? Now, if you wanna get extravagant and you wanna start putting arcades and all sorts of amenities in, it's gonna cost you a little bit more, not too much more. It's gonna cost you like $200 a month, okay, on a credit card. So just to give you an idea. All right, so next, how much of the percentage of profit do you give to the landlord? You don't give anything to the landlord, you guys. That's what's beautiful about this. You're already paying the landlord rent. That's what you're giving them. You're giving them the best tenant they can ever have, which is you, because you're gonna pay your rent on time and take care of their property. And then you're gonna pay them rent ahead of time, every time, and you're never gonna call them for any maintenance because you're gonna take care of everything, right? How awesome is that? That's why they love you. They never, ever wanna get rid of you. So for my landlords, they keep me forever because I always pay ahead of time, and on auto pay, I never call them for maintenance. I just fix their house. They love me. Okay, so how to bring the property to the top of Airbnb? Well, I'll give you some free game in this webinar, but if you want the real juicy stuff, coachofchi.com will get your property to the front of Airbnb. But some basic is answer messages within 3 minutes. Make sure that you have quality photos. Okay, so that's some basics for you. And never cancel anything, put on Instant Book. Look at that, I give you so much free game in these webinars. So what kind of insurance do you need to have, and what do you do with all the furniture after your lease is up? Great question. Insurance, you got Airbnb insurance covered. So what do you do with the furniture? You lease another property, you move the furniture because you've already paid for it, you own it. So when you start your next property, it costs you nothing. It costs you first month's rent and security deposit. And guess what? Within the first month, you make more than enough to cover your first month's rent and security deposit. So that is why this business is so attractive. The growth is super high. You know, once you pay for that furniture, the rest of it is simple, okay?